In the previous session, we saw how to create a basic test for our application. In this session, we are going to see how to run our test on multiple browsers and devices, how to generate a report. We're going to see the test project and how to modify it. But first, I want to show you how to add an assertion to our scrap. So inside of this scrap, I'm going to add an assert annotation. Let's put it before the code, and I'll go with OK assertion. I just want to check that this element is really exists, and if not, tell me about it. The element named CatJS ID was not found. Okay, and with that, we can go ahead and shut the server. In fact, you can leave the server on in another process and then go ahead and rebuild your project. But in that case, I'll just shut it down and build again. And the server is up again. And let's go to the browser. And now I'll refresh the browser again. And in here, you can see that everything that is an assertion, you'll get to have a green color with a check sign, and if it's failed, you're gonna get an X with a red color. So with that, you can see that everything went okay. Let's go ahead and see our console, and in here you can see that we have another line that represents the test and what is its status. In addition, if you'll go to the file system, in here you can see that CatJS have created another file. Let's reformat the code, and inside you can see my scrap test case. And this is a JUnit style report that you can use with Jenkins or other XSLT that you can go ahead and create a report. We didn't support that just yet, but we will in the future. Last thing I'm going to talk about is the test project itself. If you can remember the -a flag that I was talking about, let's have a look at our README file. I'm talking about the CatCLI -a. Stand for auto test configuration. It means that when you are creating your or building your test deployment, there is another file that you need to know about. It's a CatJSON file. This is actually the file. It's located under source folder, and it's been copied to your target where your test deployment exists. And this file, you can do all kind of stuff. One of it is create your test scenarios in here. What you're doing is, like in the run mode, you make sure to point to the test, which is this object, and from that you are going to have as many tests as you want. In this case, general is the scenario that I've created in here, and my scrap is the one that this is the one from the demonstration I've created, my scrap. And when you're running autotest with the -a flag, it takes all of your scraps and put it under general, as it's actually located in your file in the same order. And then it put it under test array. And when you are using scenarios, you are going to get in your application the CatCLI console, and you can get to see the steps running in certain delay that it also can be configured in here. There's a property for run test delay. We set it by default to 2 seconds. You can modify it if you want to make it faster or slower, and then you can see the steps going one after another if you want to see the UI flow. This is another thing I wanted to explain about, so you can go ahead and modify this file to get a better scenarios declaration. One very last thing I'm going to talk about is the CatJS runner model. That is the model that you can use for running your test applications on multiple browser and devices. So let me demonstrate by using our demo app how to do that. I'll just type in catcli command and add -s for the server and R for the runner. Now you can see that the server is up and our test application is running on Firefox browser in here and in here on Chrome browser. Let me just go to the npm site and look for CatJS runner, and in here you can see our model. Actually, it's a standalone model that you can use, and we integrate it with a CatJS project. So actually you can go ahead and take this demo configuration and add or remove devices as you wish. I just created in my project a runner section. I'll just remove the underscore, and you can go ahead and add that kind of section to your own project, and then you can add or remove devices as you wish. By default, it's pointing to the Firefox and Chrome browsers. That's it as to the CatJS runner model. In the previous sessions, we saw how to get started with CatJS and the very basics that you need for creating your first test for your application. In the next sessions, we are going to see more advanced stuff and cool features that CatJS has for creating a more robust test for your application. Thank you, everybody.